Good evening, welcome back to my shop. We had a disruption there. The battery died on its own accord, even though it showed full earlier on. So back in business, we've got this hydraulic valve arrangement. I can't tell you much about it except that I have to make a groove through there, and that has to be very exacting. I've got a ball-nosed, I bought yesterday a ball-nosed cutter, and tomorrow morning first thing I'll be fixing that up. I'm not going to apologise to my American buddies and all those that like bourbons, etc. I'm a firm believer, if you can't drink it straight out of the bottle, then it's not for me. If you've got to sweeten it or add all sorts of other things in, that's why I like the single malt. Smooth as a baby's bum. Right, so now we talked about the switch, we talked about the all these other items here. We've got a few projects of my own that I need to deal with. This little item here is just a bracket that needs to be fitted on the back of my ute, my little truck. To put I've got a vise in there that I use. I've got a couple of these for a load hoop, but I can't leave the vise in there, so I need to put this somewhere else so I can put the vise in. That's one little job. Another job I've got is I've bought a couple of these lever style bolts, and they're going on my drill press so I don't have to use a socket every time I need to move the head up and down. This week I sold to the scrap merchants my Lincoln 200 DC 250 welding machine. That's one of those bullets that have a motor and then the winding and everything else. A wonderful machine, but nowadays they make a lot of noise, and I'm in a residential area. It just doesn't suit. Nobody wants to buy them anymore. This one was made in Australia. This was a 250 amp unit, and it had two adjusters, the volts and the revs. It was 250 amps by 30% duty cycle. And there was many of these made over many years. This one was serial number was C92962. It doesn't have a date here, but we could probably find it. That was a 3-phase 415 volt welding machine. So when I took it to the scrappo and it was on the truck, I thought I'll take this off and I'll souvenir it and I'll put it somewhere. I've ordered 2 cog pulleys of the 37 series, the XL 37 series, one small and one larger, and they will be going onto my compound on the lathe. Because I have a lot of work that I need to run that compound at an angle quite a lot, and the arthritis is giving me the shits, just to put that mildly. So I'm going to set up a little motor on there, and whenever I've got this particular job to do, I will run it. I'll put the belt on and I'll run it. I'm going to make the large. I've ordered a larger one, and I'll machine that out, and that'll sit on my compound. I've got 2 scales. I've got a metric and an imperial scale. What I'll do is on the imperial scale, on the inboard side, I'll machine and I'll fit that to it. Because I use a DRO anyway, so if for any reason the DRO's not working, I've always got the scale available. So that's another little project. My digital voltmeter finally died. I've had it since 1986, and so I bought a new one. This is a little IsoTech range. It's got volts. You've got either volts you want, either AC or DC. You can arrange them, set up. The connects in. It's got a probe, and for the plus, we've got a short probe, and it also comes with this beautiful long probe, which is, I don't know whether you can see it too well there. So, and you can then use that in this way. And that's very good. It's up to 600 volts. It's enough. I've got other ones that are 1000 volts. And it also comes with a little alligator clip here as well that's completely covered in rubber, and it's good for 600 volts. So that's a new acquisition today, this week. Now, also this week, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the camera off the stand and we're going to walk around. I'll just have a sip of the scotch. Beautiful. And we're going to walk around, and I'm going to do a little bit of what's in the box as well. So I'll just take it out of here. So also during the week I made up this little set of rollers here. I needed to weld something and roll it and weld it, and I've always needed something like that. And I've got a projects I'm doing a lot of where I use these wheels. They come in sets of 4, 2 crazy and two straight ones. And the customers come back and he wants a lot of them changed to crazy. So I've got a few of these extra. And so I've used those, utilised those, knocked it up. I've made slots inside here, so actually we'll turn it up. I've slotted it inside, so we'll be able to open that out to a larger diameter. And that's just a piece of aluminium profile. Another job has come in. These pulleys, they belong to Telephone Exchange, and these rollers, and I don't know exactly how they work, but these are the hanging rollers, and these are the feet rollers. And what they want me to do is to make this. Sorry, this is the original. This is a cast one. It comes from England, and these are ones that have been manufactured by somebody else. And so they want me to price up a whole stack of those, and to see if we can make these wheels fit. Otherwise, I'll make up a stack of wheels out of high density polyethylene. So there's another little job that we need to look after. I sacked the fan that was on the was in the ceiling because this week what I did together with my favourite youngest son is we fitted up an air conditioner, what they call a well, it's a air conditioner that sits in the roof. The actual unit, the compressor unit, is outside. This all has to be plumbed up, electricity brought to it, etc., etc., and that's going to give me a bit of healthier air conditioning in here during the summer period, which we're coming close to now. Now, we'll incorporate here what's in my box, and what I'll do now is I'll show you what's in the other room from my main workshop room. And in here I have the welding machines. This one here is a multi-unit. It does the TIG, AC, DC, cutter, the whole lot. It's a 200 amp unit, single phase, works on 15 amps. Got a bottle of argon at the back there. Beside it I've got my Transmatic Transmig, the 350 ampere pulse welder that we use mainly for the weld, for MIG welding, and that has a mixture of argon and CO2 gas. We'll use that one. Beside that, on the next trolley along, is my tap remover of the EDM machine. Here it is here. There's the EDM machine. I've got it set up to work in here, or I take to sites this mag base unit. Then there's lots of rigging gear. My large drill press. This is a 50mm, the 2-inch. This will do 2-inch. A geared head. It hasn't worked for a long time. It's also got a tapping arrangement on it.